Hi, I'm James, and in this video we're taking a look at this, which is the Lenovo ThinkBook 14 Gen 2. This particular machine is using an Intel-based processor. However, I believe this guide will also apply very similarly to the versions of the machine with AMD hardware or the 15-inch model of the machine as well. So our first thing to do is take our Phillips size O screwdriver and just go around removing the visible screw heads on the base of the laptop. These screws are quite long and do just take a little bit of undoing, but all of them are exposed. There's nothing hidden underneath any of the feet or anything, so fairly simple to get these out. These 6 are all the same size. The 4 at the front we can quite clearly see are a different design. So make sure you sort of know which is which on those. It should be fairly obvious though, because they are very different. These screws you can just sort of undo them and then need to just lift them up a bit and then undo them again, due to the way they have the thread just on the end of them and then go through the base. So now moving on to the 4 at the front. These are a little actually simpler to move, although they are on an angle. And the last of those there. With that done, we're then going to take our pry tool, and I found the best place to start here is at the front. And what we want to do is get pressed in and just release the base from the palm rest at the front here, and then we want to go along the front of the laptop, getting that released. Then turn our attention to this side. We may find it a bit easier actually if we just keep going on the front here, just to lift a little and then get in on this side, work our way back, just applying a little bit of pressure just to release the clips. Try not to break them. You may find that one or two may, but for the most part you should be able to keep them all intact. And then we want to go focus on the back here, so press in, and it does require, because it's a reasonably tight fit on this base, so it can be quite a firm press, and then going along the back here, and once we've released enough, the back will come off fairly simply. Our next job is actually just to disconnect the battery. I found the easiest way is to remove the battery completely. So what we are going to do is remove the 4 screws. This also obviously applies if you want to replace the battery. Sorry, 3 screws. There is not one in this bottom corner. With that done, we can then remove the battery, and with it out of the way, we can then gently pull on the cable to release it. Now you may find if you're just adding RAM or SSD you don't want to disconnect the battery. To be honest though, for the effort of removing 3 screws it's worth doing. Just ensures you don't accidentally power on the machine while working on it or anything like that. To clean the fan and heatsink, what we can do is we have a pair of screws holding in the fairly large fan on this system. And with that done, those 2 removed, we can lift the fan and then unplug the cable for that. With the fan removed, we can then clean the leading edge of the heatsink here and then refit by taking the fan, refitting its cable, is refitting its cable, and then reinstalling the 2 screws. Once inside, we can see that we have our SSD here. The 8GB of RAM on this machine is soldered down to the main board. However, if we pop the pry tool in underneath this shield, there are a number of little just areas which clamp this metal shield in. So just by putting that underneath and lifting, the actual shield has some tape along it as well. So just by pulling that up, we can release that, and underneath we have a unoccupied DIMM socket. So we are going to install our 8GB DDR4 3200 module into this and press down, and this will now take us to a 16GB dual channel configuration. Lenovo lists the maximum configuration as 24GB, which would be a 8GB and a 16GB module. So the 8GB soldered down and an additional 16 with that. If you have a model with only 4GB of memory, then the maximum configuration becomes 20GB, because again the 4GB will be soldered down and you can then fit a 16 alongside that. So what we're going to do is just slot that back into these little holders here. Powering the system up after the upgrade, and we can see here it is correctly identifying the 16GB of RAM installed, and looking in CPU Z, it is seeing it is in a dual channel configuration, and this is running at 3200 MHz to match the onboard memory. I'll include a link in the description to the parts that I used, and we have upgraded our machine to 16GB and dual channel. Turning our attention to the SSD, and what we can see is we have a 2242 M drive. It is M.2 2242 drive. This is an NVMe type drive, and if we want to remove this, we actually remove this end screw, and this holds basically a plate that turns that drive into a 2280. We can slide that out and lift it up, and to fit a 2280 drive, we can simply slot that into position, press down and refit the mounting screw. We also have a second M.2 slot here, so we can take that original drive, if we chose to do so, and slot it into there, press down and fit the mounting screw. With our changes made, we then just need to refit the battery, the battery connector back in, and then just using fingers slide it into position, and then refit the 3 mounting screws. From here then, we're going to take our base and place it on. With that positioned on the back, we can then press down and begin re-engaging the clips for the back panel. And then with that done, all that's needed is to simply go around and refit the screws. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, do let me know in the comments below that it's helped you with your upgrades or repair work. And if you have any comments, please do just ask them below. Hit like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you'd like to see more as we post them. Thanks for watching.